Original graphic novel is the name of this beer presented by Birrificio Della Granda Brewery on the occasion of the 2021 edition of the Lucca Comics, an international festival dedicated to author comics which takes place every year in the Tuscan city of Lucca. Hello everybody, I'm Stefano. As we saw in a previous video, packaging can turn out to be an accurate storytelling tool. Through it, a brand can tell a story, arousing the curiosity of its audience. Birrificio Della Granda Brewery wanted to go further by telling a real comic story through its new beer. The one of Birrificio Della Granda Brewery is an exciting example of storytelling packaging design. We are talking about some beers produced with unique and collectible labels. Each of them shows an episode of history of girls. Some characters created by Birrificio Della Granda Brewery with the help of Diego Boscolo Fiore, which is the designer and illustrator. They have represented the craft beers of the homonymous line for a year now. Here is how Ivano Stesana, master brewer and owner of Birrificio Della Granda, presents to us the latest project of the brewery. We had this idea for some time. We liked the girls' label so much that we decided to tell their story. The launch was made on the occasion of Lucca Comics to pay homage to the whole panorama of comic and graphic novels. We also wanted to make it fun and collectible, which is why we decided to make a different cartoon on each label that would tell the story of our heroines, the girls. An original and creative idea to stimulate the consumer's curiosity made possible thanks to the infinite possibilities of digital printing. It is truly compelling story in the form of comic to find out who the girls are and how they met. The report will unfold in 48 cartoons, applied randomly on each original graphic novel beer can. In short, to know how the story ends, you have to collect them all. On each can, the customer will have the opportunity to find an episode of the story. The labels have also been numbered, those becoming a real collector's item. A small excerpt from the story 2120. The Earth is devastated by the conflicts triggered by the multinationals, which following the Boston Agreement of 2069, by widespread acclaim, were able to found their nations and equip themselves with armies. Nuclear wars have followed suit in court in an escalation that has desertified 90% of the planet. The desire to control the condition of the masses has made the CEOs real emperors of the few surviving branded megalopolis in which much of the humanity gathers. A powerful spirit of belonging clouds the minds of citizens but does not erase the rampant crime due to poverty. There is a common enemy, the inhabitants of the other cities. In the meantime, the brands are getting rich behind the population, but something is changing. The girls are coming. Diego Boscolo Fiore is the artist creator of the girls, but more professionals contributed to creating the comic strip story. For this project, the Birrificio Della Granda Brewery once again relied on its now historic partner for communication, Idea Food and Beverage, who created the concept and coordinated the work. The original graphic novel project was divided into several phases. First, the drafting of the textual story, then the transformation of the story into a script, and finally the transformation of the latter into drawn tables. Our team also had the honor of being part of the original graphic novel project, contributing to printing, which is the last step of the process, the transformation of the boards into physical labels. We have told you more generally what the project consists of and how it was developed. And now we would like to talk about the part that we did in printing the labels. The first important point to address is the choice not to print directly on the beer can, but to produce a label to be applied on. One of the critical points of the original graphic novel project was having the same product but printed with different labels. The way to do this was to rely on variable data printing, which we discussed in a previous video. Direct printing on cans does not allow you to print with variable data, and therefore limited edition products, unlike digital printing, which will enable you to produce small premium runs with unique processes. Variable data printing, or VDP, is a printing method that uses prepress software and database to modify the output of a digital press to customize each label. Our team relied on HP SmartStream software. In this case, the variable data was used to obtain a sequential succession of drawn tables. Each board corresponds to an episode of the girls' comic. The graphic layout remains the same on all 8 cans, and the only thing that changes is the comic board's central part. The information on the label and the beer are the same. We only went to work on the graphics to create a limited edition collector's item. Original graphic novel beers acquire meaning when you have the complete 8-can package, because by doing so you can complete the piece of history and understand its message. Variable data printing is an exciting technique. If you want to learn more about the subject, you can watch more of our videos on variable data printing. The choice of the material fell on a glossy white polypropylene, then made opaque by laminating. We opted for this type of material as on the glossy surface the colors remain decidedly more saturated and intense. However, the final result should have been opaque, and therefore it has also been laminated to provide further protection to the product and give it that effect of velvety. Furthermore, the colors obtained on the labels are intense and defined, which was possible thanks to HP Indigo 6800 printing system. Thanks to digital printing with the HP Indigo and variable data printing with HP SmartStream Designer, Birrificio Della Granda has made a usual niche product, such a collector's or limited edition, much more accessible and exciting. Original graphic novel turned out to be a truly inspiring project, which we were delighted to participate in. We have intrigued you with the compelling story. For more information, or if you want to buy these beers, I will leave a link in the description. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future videos about branding, packaging and design. I'm Stefano, and as always, love you all. Ciao!